everybody, and welcome back to the Positive Cake YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I want to say a huge thank you to all my new subscribers. Got some fantastic feedback off my last videos, and I hope you guys are really enjoying the content I'm putting out. It's been an absolute pleasure. So yeah, let's get into today's video. It's a real important one. It's going to be like a bit of a special one, this one. Going to be a little bit longer than normal because there's a lot to talk about. We've got a lot of focus that we need to bring to this. Realistically, just so obviously we can all understand how important this topic is and be able to spread that between all of our friends, our family and all the people that we care about. So yeah, let's get straight into this. Okay, welcome back everybody. Yeah, today we're going to be talking about something very important, something that we all need to be aware of, and also aware of in regards to our friends, our close friends and people around us and family. Yes, November is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Yeah, this is such an important topic, especially when it comes to the way the world has changed, the way the statistics of mental health has actually gone up. And we're going to look at some of those today. We're going to look at some of the statistics and some of the information surrounding men's mental health and how obviously that has increased over the last couple of years, and obviously what awareness we are bringing to this now and how important it is that we do fully understand this and also recognise the signs when it comes to our friends and our family to make sure that obviously the support is there for a lot of people. We're going to be talking about lots of different subjects today, where you can find help, obviously, and the best people to speak to. There's going to be lots of guidance, lots of good information in this video for you, and I hope it's really beneficial to you guys because it is so important that we do raise awareness on this. It is a very, very important subject, something that I think is really important because from a male point of view, you know, there can be quite a tough sort of expectations, shall we say, of a man in regards to how he feels about his emotions and expressing his emotions. So this is such an important thing to discuss, something that I really want to bring awareness to. As I say, November is the month. It is Men's Health Awareness Month, and we all need to be conscious of that and do as best as we can to maybe support obviously our fellow brothers, family, boyfriends, whatever, you know, whatever, whoever's out there that you may care about or, you know, have association with, that we do keep an eye on them and do the best for them and make sure they're getting the, you know, the right information and the right help that they do need. So yeah, let's get straight into some of those amazing tips and some of those amazing facts, and start off obviously the best way to get awareness in regards to mental health. So one of the main facts is that in England, 1 in 8 men will suffer from having mental health issues. That could come down to mental anxiety, depression, OCD. You know, there's lots of things that are covered under the umbrella of men's health and men's obviously mental health issues, and it is quite staggering because they tell us about all the cases. Obviously, you know, the 1 in 8 is the cases where, you know, people have been treated, people who have sought the help, or people who have family or friends around them have actually said, you know, I think you may need to speak to somebody, or the doctors obviously recognise these symptoms. And this is great, you know, the people, you know, 1 in 8 people are being, you know, helped in this. But one of the biggest things is the undiagnosed cases. This is where I think a lot of the problems lie, in that the undiagnosed cases, they're the ones that we don't hear about, the people who are afraid to step up, they're afraid to talk to somebody, afraid to show their feelings. And this is one of the things I want to really bring awareness to, is those unspoken, those people who are suffering in silence and the people who need that help. And it's so important that we do recognise these signs. It is rife, it is, you know, if anything, it's been escalated since obviously lockdowns and various other things, where any sort of mental health issues you had have been exacerbated. You know, it's gone a lot worse. It's now becoming quite prevalent in everyday life, you know, and this is something that we do need to be fully aware of, because it is quite surprising that men are 3 times more likely to commit suicide due to depression, anxiety and various other mental health issues than women, because men do not talk about it. Men are guarded. We have this sort of we don't want to show our emotions, you know, and how we decide to convey that. And that is where it can bottle up to the unfortunate things, for instance, like as I said, you know, where, you know, suicide becomes, in some cases, what they feel is the last option, when it isn't the last option. There's always an option to do. So I think one of the big things is, in regards to raising awareness and how important that is to us, is understanding the signs, the things that we need to look for within our friends, our family, you know, and the people around us, and doing as best as we can for them. Because statistically, men aged between the age of 40 to 49 are more likely to commit suicide within that age range. And a lot of referrals that do go to, obviously, you know, mental health professionals, you know, therapy sessions, only 30% of them are from men as opposed to women. So again, bringing light to the fact that a lot of men find it hard to talk, find it very hard to open up or show that sort of weakness, because one of the things that, you know, can be sort of stereotyped in regards to the male's mental health is, we feel sometimes that, you know, the way society's gone, and obviously our parents, our grandparents and our generations before us, that, you know, men are not supposed to show any weakness. We're meant to be the breadwinners, and, you know, all the stereotypical things that men have become to, you know, sort of grown up or maybe taught into or educated, that, you know, men don't cry, men don't show emotions, you know, we have to be the ones who are strong, and, you know, we're the ones who are out there working and stuff. And that's not the case. Everybody at some point will have problems in regards to mental health, depression, anxiety and problems, and that is where it's so important that we do identify these things in regards to the signs. Are we recognising these signs ourselves? Do we see these signs in others? You know, do we actually care enough to talk to our friends, our fellow, you know, our fellow men, or, you know, children, kids, whatever? You know, it's important that we do talk to each other and get this sort of the stigma of this brave face to sort of go away. Because even if you are suffering from something in regards to mental health, there is always a stranger, a doctor, a you know, therapist, somebody on the phone who can always help you, look after you. And, you know, you don't have to know this person. In some cases, you may not have to give your name. You could just anonymously, you know, speak to these people and try and get that little bit of support you need. So there's plenty of different things you can do. And some of the aspects in regards to how we do this, you know, we do need to raise awareness. You know, I'm going to put some things within this video, some helplines, some real good tips in regards to, in between the breaks between some of these topics. Hopefully they will help you all and maybe just bring that awareness that we do need. In addition to this, what you'll find is that in regards to mental health, men will be more likely to go missing, more likely to turn to alcohol or drugs as a coping mechanism to sort of try and deal with this stress, because they feel they may not have an outlet. And this then can lead to the unfortunate things, like, for instance, you know, more aggressive, you know, quick to go off, fly off the handle. And this is where it can then have massive effects on your family dynamics, your relationships, the issues that you have within the people in close proximity to you, because that's when, you know, potential things like domestic violence can creep in, you know, in anger management issues, where the frustration manifests into the only way that some people know how, which is violence. And this is something that you do have to really get control of and really try and understand how important it is to try and quash that or do something about that, because that is where, you know, mental health can go to a real dark place, where, you know, you're then having troubles yourself to potentially harming other people. And this is so important that we understand this, and we're not a victim of this, or, you know, you're not a victim of your partner seeing this. So sometimes it is really important to try and get the help, give the help, understand what it takes to support your partner, your best friends, your family, even your parents. You can even see it in your parents sometimes, if they're suffering and they're, you know, all of a sudden a lot more angry than anything, or, you know, and there is a lot of problems that can come from that. And as you know, domestic violence is something that unfortunately raises its head, and that can be down to a lot of social situations, you know, and you have to get control of it. It's, you know, I hope that anybody watching this video, you know, hasn't been affected by this, or is somebody who has lashed out in regards to this in the past. And if you have, I hope you have got help, or if you haven't, I hope you do seek the help you need, because you do need to understand hating yourself is one thing, but hating other people, you know, you can't be doing that, especially the people you live with, people you love, and the people you care for. So remember to try and get that extra help, try and get that support you need, and stop it from happening. Because if you can stop it before it happens, trust me, you'll, because I'm pretty sure you'd feel terrible after you've done it. You feel really bad, and you know, it's not the way to go. So yeah, get the right help, do the right thing. If you are worried about your feelings and your mental health, and you feel that, you know, that the world's getting on top of you, there's a couple of little tips that you can do to sort of help you sort of come through this. And the little self-help tips that you can do all by yourself, if you feel not comfortable to talk to anybody like a medical professional, or you know, somebody who can guide you on your journey, and you sort of want to try and deal with it yourself first. So one of the things obviously that you can start out with is, obviously the most important, is start talking. Talk to people about the issues. Maybe sort of share it with your closest of friends, share it with your closest of people in your life, somebody that you can confide in and will not judge you for what you've said. And that is, I think, it's probably one of the most important things, is opening up. It's the biggest thing, it's the first thing. Being able to keep active is another really good point that you can do. Keeping active, keeping busy. Don't sit there, you know, swimming around in your thoughts. You know, get up, be proactive, go for a bike ride, go for a walk, you know, engage in watching something that you really like to do, because doing something that you really love in regards to that is hugely beneficial in regards to your mental health. It's finding something that you enjoy doing. Obviously I've said a few things like, you know, riding a bike, walking, that might not be your cup of tea, but what about, for instance, like playing your favourite game, going on the computer game, you know, talking to friends, you know, doing something that you really like doing, like making something, crafting something, you know, decorating a room. There could be lots of things that you can do, but especially finding things that you really enjoy is so important. You know, eating well is one of the really big things, is eating the right sort of diet, staying away from obviously caffeine late at night, because obviously, you know, caffeine will raise your anxiety, your heart rate, and that won't help at all with the issues you've got. Now the flip side of that is that can actually help some people to calm them down. Caffeine, for instance, like I know some people with ADHD, who, you know, caffeine can be quite a relaxant for some people like that, and I know a few people in that case themselves. Drinking sensibly, that goes without saying. One of the things, as I've touched on earlier in this video, was about, you know, a lot of people can turn to drugs or drink, and you know, next thing you know, you're down the end of a bottle, and that's one of the really bad things, and one of the worst places to go. So try and monitor your drinking. Try and look at how you drink, how many units you take in, you know, a week. You know, do you just drink sociably at the weekend, or do you open a beer and have a drink every night? Have a little look at what your drinking habits are, what your eating habits are, and try and sort of change how you can do that, and see if it's beneficial to your health, because it will be beneficial to your health. Because, you know, we can't, you know, go, you know, drown our sorrows away, you know what I mean? We can't drink our problems away. They'll be there the next day. So it's about managing it and trying to sort of get that balance right. Keeping in touch. So if we do start with, you know, talking to somebody about our problems, have regular checkups. Check in with them. Have your friends say to you, you know, I spoke to you last week, you know, things weren't too good. You've tried a few different things. How are you doing? How are you coping? Also, keep in touch with yourself. Ask yourself, how am I doing? Am I feeling okay? Am I making a good sort of journey towards maybe helping my mental health? Have I took the steps to ask for help? And what is it that's made the big difference, you know, in what I've started out to do, and how it's benefited me? Like, for instance, another point is taking a break. Sometimes you have to take yourself out of a situation where It could be like stress from work, stress from university, stress from in the household. And it is very important that you can try and take these breaks. It could be booking a week's holiday off from work. Get that break, get that little relaxing time. Take that break away for the weekend. You know, you finish work on a Friday night, you know, why not plan to go away for the weekend? Maybe just a little hotel trip, something cheap, go to a caravan, something like that, just to sort of have that break that monotony. Because that is one of the biggest things is sometimes, you know, we get up in the morning, we go to work, we come home, and literally that cycle's repeated, and that's one of the things that can really grind us down, is the monotony of the same thing. So learn to take a break, learn to find a way out and escape for those feelings that you have, because it is so important that you do that. It just, you know, anybody can relate to this, how, you know, how you feel, but one of the things that you need to understand is being able to accept who you are as well. Obviously I've talked about getting away, I've talked about different things, different habits, but also accept yourself, accept your flaws, accept the problems that you do have, and how you finally deal with things. Because some people will find this beneficial, they'll find it very easy to go down this journey, some people find it very hard. So being able to accept yourself, accept your flaws, accept that sometimes you can be incredibly stubborn, you know, frustrating, angry, all these things. You've got to understand who you are in order to develop, to try and get out of these, you know, these horrible things that we can, you know, the issues that we can have that can cause our anxiety and depression to get worse. So, you know, there's a few tips there just to sort of think about something, to maybe self-reflect on yourself. Think, have I asked myself these questions? Have I looked at these questions and thought, maybe I should try a bit of that, maybe I should try something different. Some basic things, if you're not comfortable talking to a health professional, but it is always better to talk to people out there. You know, there's plenty of help, there's plenty of people who will support you, so do not be afraid to talk to somebody, because that is, as I said, the first step on the bigger journey. One of the best sites to look at, I think, in my opinion, is Calm. Obviously it is the campaign against living miserably, is one of the most probably prevalent, one of the ones that a lot of people will, you know, remember from the adverts on television, but also their network of helping people, the support. Their website is literally is a vast range of support for a lot of people. You know, I will leave the information for Calm's website obviously in this video for you, but it is important that we do a little bit of research on this, have a little look on the internet, see what is actually out there, and you can support and help yourself or help others. Because if we're not conscious, if we're not aware of these problems, if we're not seeing the issues that, you know, our friends, our family, ourselves are having, then, you know, we're not going to solve this problem. We're not going to identify and get the support we need, because the more people who get support, the more support these societies get to help people. You know, this is where it will really help a lot of people. The scope and magnitude of this is, unfortunately, you know, only, it's like an iceberg. We can only see the top of this, the things that people have said, the people who've got help, you know, the issues. The underlying of an iceberg is a lot bigger. You know, what you can't see is the people who have not been diagnosed, the people who are too afraid or scared, or don't know who to turn to or how to get the right advice. That is what we need to raise awareness to, is get those people help, get the help you need yourself. As I say, there's Calm, there's, you know, there's loads of different websites, which, as I say, I'll put a little list up for you, that can help you. But it is important we do get this help, we are getting the support we need. Is it you that needs the help? Is it your friends? Is it your family? Who is it that you need the best support for? And make sure you're there for them, or you find somebody who can be there for you. Now, I've spoke to quite a lot of people in regards to doing this video, and in preparation for doing this video I've done quite a bit of research, spoke to quite a lot of people. I've got good friends of mine who are raising awareness on this on social media platforms like Facebook. Got a good friend, Olivia, who posted a fantastic post about why men don't ask for help and how that, you know, that support can be given. So I want to say a huge thank you to Liv for putting that on that web page. As I say, there's a couple of people who I have spoken to who have asked to remain anonymous for this video, but somebody I did speak to yesterday who obviously was looking forward to seeing this video coming out today, and I hope this is helpful to you, my friend. As I say, if you're watching this video, you'll know who you are, and I hope that this maybe just sheds a bit more light, a bit more awareness on the problems that obviously men can have in regards to the stigma of talking about our problems and opening up to people, strangers, even family, but especially, you know, recognising and being aware of the signs in regards to, you know, potential suicides or alcohol or drug addiction. These are the real problems that can arise from this, you know, because it's so easy for men to turn to these things as opposed to talk to somebody, and that is not the way. And it also comes down to a couple of friends that I know as well who unfortunately were in the services, who suffer from PTSD. Those guys, as I say, my heart goes out to you guys as well, because as I say, I can imagine the things you've seen are quite horrific. You know, you've probably seen things that most people, you know, wouldn't see and hope they never see in their lifetimes. But you know, make sure you guys, your army, your navy, your military guys out there, you're getting the support you need. Make sure that you are talking to the right people, because you know, there is a lot of organisations out there who will help people who are from military backgrounds, will help you understand, who've been there, seen these things, and help, you know, help you cope with coming back home after all this and trying to sort of, I can only imagine how hard it would be to try and sort of, you know, process the things that you've had to deal with out there, you know. And it is important that we are raising this awareness. This is why I'm doing this video today, for all the family, friends, all the people I've spoken to, all the people that who have, you know, have come to me and opened up to me and spoke to me about some private things in their lives, things that they've dealt with, problems they have. You know, my heart is blessed that you've come to me and you've spoke to me about these things, and I'm able to try and help raise awareness, try and get that message out there for all you guys out there, that I'm, you know, raising awareness for mental health, you know, mental health charities, you know, and advocacy for, you know, looking after ourselves and speaking up when a problem is there, but we might be a little bit too shy or a little bit too scared to, you know, let ourselves, you know, open up to a stranger or somebody near us. So, you know, I'm hoping, really hoping, that this video has got the impact and the drive and it gets the message out. So make sure you do spread this, share this video, send it to friends who potentially might need that support and that help, and get it out there. Let's get the awareness for November especially, because the focus is there. We've got a big, you know, campaign behind us for mental health awareness for men in November, and that doesn't obviously just come down to men. This obviously goes down to obviously all genders, you know, whoever you are, whatever, you know, man, woman, whatever denomination you are, that you are seeking the help. I'm just making awareness of, from a man's point of view, that it is tough from a man's point of view to sometimes let ourselves show our emotions, and that is the big stigma we're trying to break down this month and obviously ongoing for the future. So I hope that's been really helpful to you guys. Okay, so I'm going to conclude this video today. I hope it's been, you know, really helpful to you. I hope it's been just, you know, enough to raise that awareness, or even to look for the signs within our friends that something's not right. You know, have they suddenly gone quieter? Are they a lot more angry than they used to be? You know, as the you know, the demeanour changed? Have they, you know, started losing loads of weight rapidly? Have they gained loads of weight rapidly? Look at the things that, you know, the telltale signs that something's different about your family or your friends and people around you. What is it that, you know, a red flag potentially that's popped up for you that you, I know it's not ideal, but, you know, we do need to sort of try and talk about this, and this is so important that we are taking this on board. We actually act from it, we do something about it. We don't sit on the sidelines or sit behind our own egos or our own sort of, you know, bravado that we don't need any help, we can deal with it ourselves. Listen guys, from a man's point of view, trust me, if you don't talk to somebody, if you do not get this out there and talk to the people and, you know, get the help you need, you know, it can lead to a very, very, very bad situation for you, health wise, and for you and your family. So yeah, make sure you're getting the support you need. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this video today. I really want to do this video for a while now. As I say, I've been compiling, talking to a lot of people, getting a lot of background behind this, and trying to raise awareness for what I want to do with this video and the people I want to obviously reach out and sort of help, and that is literally everybody, man, woman, child, everybody. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed it. If you are new to my channel and you find my content something that you really enjoy, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and hit that notification bell for weekly content, because I'm always putting content out, usually twice a week, due to the demand now. So I really hope you guys are focused in. I hope these videos are helpful to you, and they really raise awareness, especially this month, for what we're trying to do. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Positively Craig. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.